Hello. There's a common notion out there that Nigeria graduates are unemployable, irrespective of what you read in school or the grade you came out with. Employers keep saying that graduates do not qualify for the job that they have. We are going to be tackling that issue in the studio. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm Mrs. Peters, and welcome to my HRO corner. With me today in the studio is
Dr. Henry Damian, a human resource expert.
you're welcome, Dr. Henry.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah. Today we have to come to this. We are here to talk about the common notion most employers have that Nigeria graduates are unemployable. They said irrespective of what the graduates read in school or the grade they came out with, they found it that these employees do not fit the job. They can't deliver. And today we have come to say what could be the problem. So those ones who are seeking, who are job hunting, can come and say, learn from this in order to know what they are not doing right. Or even the undergraduates will know, okay, this is the angle I should go from. Dr. Henry, please, you have to talk to us concerning this.
Okay, like you said in your question, in human resource management, there's what we call theory practical dogma. And what this theory means is that someone goes to school and acquires a theoretical knowledge and then comes out to work in a practical world. Now, you agree with me that it's going to be very difficult for you to come out with a theoretical knowledge and then come to a practical setting where theory is not really required, but what you can do practically. And so most of our graduates have been educated theoretically. Now they are coming out to work in a practical labor market. The labor market is not looking for first class mainly. They are looking for what you can do practically. And so this problem can be solved by graduates enrolling in skill acquisition programs while in school. So they don't need to graduate and then begin to look for the practical job. While they're in school, learning the theoretical knowledge, they could enroll for a practical skill acquisition program where they acquire practical skill. And so when they are not coming out, they have both the theoretical knowledge and the practical knowledge. And so that issue of theory, practical dogma will be subdued if they acquire the practical knowledge. I think that will go a long way in solving that problem.
You're correct, sir. Because I agree with you on this. Because the school system is not structured to train undergraduates upon the relevant skills needed in the employment world. So now, with the school system do it for you, that's why I get to say that your BSc, your HND is like a landed property that's been given to you. What you make of it, what you build on it, is entirely yours. Do you want to build a face me, I face you? You want to build a bungalow? It depends on you. So you adding value to yourself is that skill that you are getting, extra skill aside school, practical skill, in order to make you fit in for that job you are coming out to get. Wow, Dr. Henry, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It's always an exciting time with you in the studio, Dr. Henry.
We give God the glory.
We are so happy to have you. Please
you.
do well. If you're just coming, you're welcome to our channel. Please do well to subscribe. Click on the YouTube channel, click like, subscribe, and the notification button for more information like this. So moving forward, we will be saying, what other problems do you think, like the CV problem? I don't know, people have CV, they just make their CV. How do you think that is a problem, and what solution could possibly be rendered to?
Okay, the issue of not having a good CV has been a serious problem that has been marring our graduates from securing jobs. No employer out there who wants to employ anybody who cannot express himself in a CV. Take, for example, you go to what they call common skills or key skills in the CV. Some of our graduates, what they do is this: they write all the skills they want to write, regardless of the organization they are seeking for and the position they are looking for. So these skills are supposed to go pari passu the skills you have and what the organization is looking for. As beautiful as the skills you have, if they are not in line with what that organization is looking for, that skills you have does not make sense. Not as if it's not okay, it's okay, but for that organization, it wouldn't make sense. Take, for example, now, somebody wants to be a chef in Nikon Hilton, and then the person is giving us all the books he has published. Nikon Hilton is not interested in the conferences and books you've published. If you want to become a lecturer in the higher institution, they will be interested in that. What Nikon Hilton is interested, if you want to be a chef there, is your cooking skills. Do you have them? If you have them, showcase them. Tell us what and what you have cooked. I can cook intercontinental dishes. I can cook local dishes. I can cook German dishes. I can cook Chinese dishes. These are the kind of things they want to see in your CV. And one of the major problems also, in addition to this, is that most graduates do what they call copy and paste. Copy and paste means if you call somebody now and tell him EFCC is recruiting, CBN is recruiting, IPCC is recruiting, Chevron is recruiting, the same CV they submit to Chevron, the same CV they submit to ICPC, the same CV they submit to EFCC, the same CV they submit to Ministry of Petroleum is the same CV they give all of them. And you know that this ought not to be so. And since this is so, this is a problem to them. So what I suggest they do is this: they find, in line with the organization they are applying for and the position, they go get the history of the organization in terms of their mission and vision and what that position they are applying for requires, and then they align that with the organization and put it in their CV. That means their CV should be editable. They should edit their CV in line with the job they are looking for. This will make their CV look rich. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Dr. Henry. We are learning. I hope you are learning. Click on the like, let the comments keep coming. We are learning a lot, Dr. Henry.
Thank you so much.
This is a clear case of writing your CV to match with the job description. Simple. Right? Make sure you write your CV to match with your job, with the job description. And I tell people, the same CV you send to MTN is not the same you send to Chevron. It's no longer one CV fits all. You have to be intentional about your CV. Why most people don't send one CV to everybody is because of laziness. But you can, when you subscribe to this channel, check what some CV writing episodes we've made, how to write a good CV, how to write CV to the engineering world, for engineering job, for the medical jobs, different CVs, so that you will learn from this. You are at the right place. Let's keep going on. Thank you very much, Dr. Henry. Which other problem do you think we can also have? The issue of unwillingness to start small. You know, some of them don't want to start small. I think, how is that a problem and what solution? Because when you come out of school, they've been told that once you come out of school, a Chevron job is waiting for you. You are going to be you have been called to bar. Why not have a big job? Do you know how many years they spent in school? Now you're telling them to start small. Has that been a problem, and what could be the possible solution, sir?
Okay, thank you so much for that question. The issue of starting small has been a serious problem that's eating deep in the life of our young ones. Nobody wants to start small. There is nothing wrong in having a mentor or somebody you look up to. But those people you look up to, somebody gets out of the university or gets out of the higher institution today and says he wants to be the Dangote of the generation. That's beautiful. If you want to become like Dangote or you want to become like Mike Adenuga, but there is a process. Some of these people you're looking at, they started with private firms that paid them 20,000 naira. I'm using naira because we're in Nigeria now. So you see, some of them started with organizations that paid them 20,000, but they have a dream, they are going somewhere. And so when our young people come out of universities, they should start with private firms. You see, some of these government firms, government establishment, the protocols is too much for you to get job initially. So what do? Rather than sleeping at home, waking up, going to WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, liking this and doing that, and nobody is recognizing you, you start with the private firm. Go there and make your mistakes. Some of these organizations are asking for, the organizations you want to work for, they're asking for 15 years working experience. Do you have any? You don't have any. Why not start with that little and gather the working experience? And from there, who knows where God takes us to? Remember, God does not abandon anybody who starts small. There's this adage that says, every God blesses little beginnings. So when you start little, commit it to God, you grow from there. And believe me, that Chevron, Shell, FRS you are looking for will come looking for you. But you must start from somewhere.
You must start, I like that, start from somewhere. Viewers, Start from somewhere. Don't keep your CV at home. Don't say, oh, that job offer they gave me, the money is too meager. I can't take that. It can't foot my bill. Even if it's transportation that it takes you to and fro, start from somewhere. On your way to job, at that place of work, you might see an opportunity that will take you to that your dream job. Start from somewhere. Thank you very much, Dr. Henry.
You're welcome.
In the case, another one is in the case where we have, they say we don't have anyone to connect me. Where are the jobs? You are saying that there are jobs. Where are the jobs? How come we do not have that jobs? How come we don't see this job? Even the private firms you are talking about, how do we get them? No one is connecting me because we live in a place now. It's a case of who knows who in order to get jobs, and that we can really say relatively it could be true to an extent. So now, how do they go about that when they have no one to connect them to this available job?
Okay, all right. There's this saying in Nigeria that, which may not really be true, but most people say it and they cling to it. They say, all man for himself, God for all. But it's actually not so true. We know God is for all. But when we say all man for himself, that's not really true when it comes to nobody to connect me. Do you know why I say so? There are organizations, there are subsidiaries, and there are firms that are specialized. What they do, they connect job seekers with their prospective employers. So if you say there's no one to connect you, why not go out there, look for these subsidiaries, look for these firms, look for these intermediaries that connect job seekers to their prospective employers. You have a skill, somebody is looking for that skill, but the person does not know you and you don't know that person. There are people that are trained, they are specialized in connecting you to those people. Now, I know the question you'll be asking now is, how do I now meet my subsidiary? How do I now meet my recruiter? How do I now meet the intermediaries? They are everywhere. They are everywhere. You can meet your intermediaries everywhere. I think when you go online, rather than spending all that time online browsing, not you go online and browse subsidiaries who connect job seekers to their prospective employers, and then you see the name comes out. You can click on any, and then you get their information, and they will help you connect you to some prospective employer.
That's a good one, sir. That's a very good one, because you probably you might be in Kaduna now, and the job all the skills you have, someone needs it in Abuja. But when you don't know the person in Abuja, but this job connects us, they already know the job seekers, they know organizations who are recruiting. Give that job for them to do. Your own is to improve yourself, you give it to them, it takes the load off your shoulder. That's a very good one. That is something you should key into. There are jobs out there, they are waiting for you to get jobs. Thank you very much, Dr. Henry. And we will go to the last one for today, which says poor interview skills. How do you, oh, they are calling me now for an interview. I submitted my CV. Now they are calling for an interview. How do I go there? What are the things I need to, what are the preparation I need to make? What has that, how can that make or mar you, your interview? They say poor interview skills. So how has that affected not getting a job?
Okay, that's the issue of a poor interview skill starts with what we call the mentality. Some of our young people come with the do or die mentality. Either I get this job or I get this job, because they've been trained with you get rich or die trying mentality. So when some of them already come for job interviews like this, they're already tensed. They already believe that, in fact, some of them work for an interview. I'll give you an example. Somebody walks in for an interview and then sees 10, 15 people on the panel, like 15 panelists. There is no way you will say, good afternoon, sir, good afternoon, sir, good afternoon, sir. Before you greet 15 of them, you're already constituting a nuisance. So because of that tension they already have in them, they think, if I don't greet this one, maybe I'll lose the job. So what they should have done is, when you walk in and you see 15 people on the panel, if it's the morning, if it's afternoon, if it's evening, you say, good evening, everyone. Can I sit down? You see, you are showing them that there is this confidence I have. It's not a do or die affair. So, and then they say, you are welcome, you can sit down. Now, with 15 people or 10 panelists, now the next thing is eye contact. In your undergraduate days, on your days back in the high school, you may think that talking to somebody and removing your eye doesn't mean anything, but in the corporate world, it does mean. If you're talking to somebody in the corporate world and you cannot maintain eye contact, you're talking to somebody and your eye is down, you're talking to somebody and your eye is down. In the corporate world, in the practical world, they translate it to mean that you are not confident, you are not a straightforward person, and you're not sincere. This may not be what it means to you, but this is what it means in the practical world. And this is why we need to educate you again about it. Then secondly, again, when it comes to sitting down, you see, I'm picking the little one before I go to the more intense one. Sitting down, there is a way you sit down, we know you are not confident. There's a way you sit down, we know you are afraid. There's a way somebody is sitting down and is showing you that, please, oh, the whole of my family is depending on this job. You don't give your job, you don't give the employers or the panelists the view that it's either I get this job or my life is finished. You sit down confidently. See, this for sitting down. Another thing again is dress sense. There is a dress somebody puts that can turn off his interviewers. Maybe a shouty color, and maybe you see a lady comes for an interview and she's putting on super mini skirt, and then she's struggling to sit down with the super mini skirt. Should I sit like this? Should I sit like this? The interviewers will be so worried that if this person has not gotten this job and can put on this thing, is this person coming here for seduction or something? And so you don't give people any impression by the way you dress. I'm not saying you must put on a skirt or gown that will be rubbing or cleaning the ground. No, what I'm simply saying is that you dress decent so that your dressing does not take you out of that job. And then finally, again, for interview is our language skills. Language skills matter a lot. The way you talk to your siblings at home, the way you relate with your friends at home is not the way you talk to interviewers. So you can see, say, forget about that thing, park well. All those language you use there, these are jargons we use outside. They may be okay there, but here they are not okay. So you can't come to the official and practical world and tell somebody park well, arrange yourself well, all those kind of things. You don't say, you speak in the corporate language. So I think with these little skills, this can, in fact, there are sometimes they don't even wait to ask you. It's not by the questions they are asking you. It's by your early introduction, because they say first impression matters. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Henry.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. It's always exciting. It's always interesting having you in the studio.
You're welcome.
There is no second chance for first impression. The moment you step into the interview room, you started selling yourself. The way you carry yourself, your smile, your composure, the way you greet, you started selling yourself, whether they will take you or not. It is not a do or die affair. You know, the only reason why some people they go to the interview room scared is because they know they don't qualify for that job. Because if you know you qualify and you're going to add value to that organization, you have this confidence because you have come to add value. If they don't take you, you go somewhere else. That's their loss. That is what it is. We will take this for now. Thank you very much, our audience. Thank you. Keep the comments coming, the likes, notification. Please do that. We look forward to bringing hot HR related content. Do not forget, you must secure that job. There is no jobless person in the HR corner. It is our business, and we will make sure you get that job of yours. We look forward to seeing you some other time. Bye for now.